some sort of negative narrative because they've been educated by a system that has exploited Africa for hundreds of years. But I didn't understand it like that because I didn't understand the depth of imperialism or colonization. And by not understanding that, I'm believing what I'm seeing because I was indoctrinated as a child to trust
an African lifestyle.
Welcome to Pan-African Lifestyle, where we rep the motherland. We post content regularly and invite you to subscribe and share. If you're a pal, that's a Pan-African Lifestyler.
I am in Accra, Ghana. I've been miseducated on so many different levels and so many different aspects of the cultures that I had not been taught about in America. And I came here, I saw it for myself, and it changed my perspective and it changed my world. It changed how I saw Africa, it changed how I saw Africans and understanding how diverse the continent is, whether it's in the East, whether it's in the West, the South, or the North. I understand that Africa is not a monolith and thousands of different cultures, and that's what I appreciate. And that's the way many people think about Africa, some sort of negative narrative because they've been educated by a system that has exploited Africa for hundreds of years. But I didn't understand it like that because I didn't understand the depth of imperialism or colonization. And by not understanding that, I'm believing what I'm seeing because I was indoctrinated as a child to trust these systems. So until I started understanding the many layers of this, I was thinking as if Africa is not a desirable place to be. Once I started understanding it, I saw why that very system would receive so many exports and natural resources, why it desired to steal and exploit the people. And why it desires to manipulate the minds of those, the descendants of those that it stole. So it's still, once you start understanding it and you come and you see, you begin to change as a person if your mindset is ready for it. When I first touched down, I felt like I finally made it. It was like this far distant land that if I ever got to it, I finally accomplished something, and I did. I accomplished a mental hurdle that had been put in place that I did not know that had been put in place. My family never talked about traveling to Africa growing up. Anything about Africa was always negative. And it was just evident to me at that point, the sheer level of ignorance, hardcore ignorance that existed, not just within my family, but within so many people who are part of American culture. And it's not just African Americans, but it's just American culture that desires to disparage this continent or exploit it when it sees benefit from it. Say, oh, we can use it now, versus seeing the value in building it up. Oh, I love Ghana. I've been here many times. I love Accra. I feel home. Now that I've been here so much, I don't feel any cultural issues. I just love the vibe and I love the people. I love the nightlife. I love just being among the people. I enjoy it. When I came here, that's when I started living because someone else wasn't telling me how to think. I could see for myself that these people were not the way that I was trained. So when somebody does not have that experience in their life, their life is in a box. And I didn't want my life to be in a box. I wanted to be free. And when people, wherever they go on the continent or wherever they travel in the world, they come outside of that particular narrative.
We didn't come here just for self-profit and self-financial gain. That's capitalism and that's individualism. That's not what this is about. See, we have to come together as a people economically, and economically to work together. See, our children, the future of our children, it's very important to understand that we have to provide for that future. It's up to us. And the economic activity that needs to take place so that our children have finances and money to be able to what? Buy homes, to be able to pay for their education, to be able to buy food, clothing, and shelter, and to be able to develop the technology that they need so that they can have a prosperous future for their children and their children's children and grandchildren. So in order to do that, you have to have economic activity, business. And that business should not be centered on individual wealth. Individual wealth, that's capitalism. And this is where we have to change. So remember, our children, you, me, us, together, we have to begin the economic conversations, the economic activity to put together enterprises and businesses and things like that with the purpose of not enriching ourselves, but with the purpose of providing an economic foundation and basis for our children to stand on, grow, and prosper and maintain their security. This is no joke. This is nothing. This is something that has to happen. It's going to happen with or without us. But if it happens without us, we're in danger. Haven't you noticed what's happening? They got a whole history of that. Don't seem to be working out too well for us, does it? No. So we have to understand, how can we do it? We can do it on our own. We got the money. We got the resources. But they're in our individual hands. So that means that the system is telling you it's better to keep it in your individual hands, and you look out for you and your individual family, and don't struggle together to get a united purpose in action and in intentionality, so that you can then provide for your own future security. You rely on them, and then they can dominate it and fit it whatever way they want. Okay? Group consciousness, thinking about us as people, not just me, my family. No, there's a group of people out here, a group of people who don't look like me and you. Okay? And in their economic system, it's designed to work you until you die. Now, there's a whole history of that. It's not me just making it up. Look at the history of work with them. It used to be working 18 hours. Some of it was 7 days a week, all day, 18 hours a day, every day. But let me just tell you, it's not up to them to take care of our mothers and fathers and our aunts and uncles, our grandparents. No, it's up to us. As individuals, we have to come together, pool our resources, that we have the resources to do the things we need to do if we collectivize our efforts, united in intentionality and purpose. I'm not talking about just having unity. See, we got unity. We got unity in the idea that we all know we want to be free and we don't want to be dominated by these people. We know that. We're united in that. But we have to be united in action, intentionality, and purpose. How can we unite together to build?
Thanks for tuning into Pan-African Lifestyle. Share your thoughts in the comments section and follow us on TikTok and Instagram at Pan-African Lifestyle to be inspired. For awesome PAL merch, check out panafricanlifestyle.com/shop. Keep repping the motherland.
Pan-African lifestyle.